And the Covenant School for opening up this room for us to have this beautiful recital honoring Ava and all of her violin and musical and friendship building accomplishments over the past 5.5 years we've been here in Greensboro. We're trying to find her, so if anybody has seen her, let let us know. We're gonna get her in, and we're gonna welcome the coming school worship band up here to lead us in some worship songs as we get this thing kicked off. So talk amongst yourselves. We'll find her. We'll get this thing rolling, and appreciate all your patience. A couple of hiccups we've had along the way. The program printed out for all of you, so you kind of know what to expect. We have it displayed up here. We're working on getting some printed. It's almost ready. We'll hand those out so you can see, what's coming up and kind of check the boxes until we get to food, right? I'm really excited about that. So anyways, again, thanks so much for coming out. Other things, you'll hear a lot of different songs, a lot of different wonderful musicians tonight. And so, be sure to give them their due round of applause and accolades as they get going through all of this. Again, we're just so thankful for all of you. We've been in Greensboro for about 5.5 years now, and we're just so thankful that God's brought us to a community like this with such great friends and family. So again, thanks. We'll find it, but we'll get started. We go.
The grandparents are watching. Feels fun. No blood though.
You guys can all stand.
Don't Check. Oh. Hey guys, thank you everyone for coming, and thank you for your patience. I was gonna have a video of my first recital playing during this time when we were moving everything off the stage, but we had some technical difficulties. But yeah, thank you all for coming. I have a good lineup coming up, so I hope you all enjoy, and yeah, thank you.
from Dr. Suzuki that says, when love is deep, much can be accomplished. And she had painted this and done it in beautiful lettering. And that hangs on my tree in a very prominent spot every year. And you know, the wonderful thing and the hard thing about being a Suzuki teacher is that we get to know these incredible people and then they leave us. And it's just been a joy and a privilege to watch Ava grow, not only as a musician, but as a
Test. I'm not afraid of mics. I like mics. I think they're cool. Makes me sound loud and boisterous. It's my favorite. Thanks again for coming out. This is so fun, and it doesn't sound beautiful. I mean, it's just like this room is amazing. So, I'm sure most of you guys know this. I'm Ava's dad, Chris, and we have 3 daughters, Ava, Elena, who you saw play piano earlier, and what a joy that is to watch your kids play together and just sound so beautiful. And then we have Leah, who's also here running around. She's playing piano as well. So you heard Ava on the violin, you heard Elena play piano, and I'm sure later in the reception you'll hear Leah bust out in some Journey on the piano that's in there. And if you don't hear her, you should ask her because it's pretty amazing. You know, being a girl dad is awesome. You know, I can't really think of anything better than raising girls. It's been such a blessing, and you know, when we found out that we were having Ava initially, you know, secretly I'm praying, 1, for a healthy baby, but 2, for a girl. I wanted a daughter, and there's just something special about, you know, that relationship between a dad and his daughter, and it's been so much fun. Music's been something that we've had together a long time, and it's been fun watching her kind of grow in her, you know, her violin skills, but also in learning guitar. You know, Ava, if you know her, she's one of those kids, and I guess not kid anymore, who's annoyingly good at everything. Right? You ask, she's one of those ones in 6th grade. I remember she came to me, she's like, "Hey, Dad, can we get some modeling clay?" I'm like, "Modeling clay?" She's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna make a stop motion animation." I'm like, "Okay, let's go." So we bought a bunch of modeling clay, and she spent hours modeling these little characters and taking hundreds of pictures of them in all these different positions. And you know what came out was this beautiful stop motion animation that would have given Wallace and Gromit. And then, you know, sometime later she's like, "Hey, Dad, do you have any, you know, like t-shirts you don't want anymore?" I'm like, "Sure, yes." We go to my dresser or whatever, get some t-shirts and give it to her, and then, you know, not a couple days later, she's putting on a fashion show with all the kids' stuffed animals and Barbie dolls and all these clothes that she's cut up from my t-shirts and made with buttons and snaps and everything. And it's like, you know, Project One Way in the living room. It's fantastic. And then, like Miss Rebecca said, you know, she makes these ornaments. She's like, "Hey, Dad, can we get some of those pens?" I'm like, "Well, yeah, what do you need?" She's like, "I'm pretty sure I can learn how to hand letter. I'm pretty sure I can learn calligraphy and draw and all this." And so we go buy her some pens, and sure enough, she comes out with these beautiful hand lettering, you know, pieces that she's made. And then she's like, "Hey, Dad, can we go in the woods?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure, what for?" "I want to find some logs, because I want to cut them up and make some ornaments and sell them and give them out." I'm like, "Sure." So all these things she just has done, you know, growing up, and it's been so much fun to be a part of those things. And everything she does, it just seems to turn out great. And as you can see tonight when she's, you know, playing the violin, she's just, that's another one of those things where she's like, you know, we said, "What instrument do you want to play?" And she picked the violin, and I think part of that was because my grandma played violin growing up, and she saw those in the house, and it's just been really fun to watch her, and we've been so blessed to have Rebecca be our teacher. You know, we came to Greensboro looking for somebody, and it just worked out that we were able to get into the studio, and she's just been a blessing, and she pushes Ava so hard, and I just really appreciate that. And so I'm kind of going to hijack the mic a little bit. I know on the program it says that we're singing Good Riddance, but you know, it's a pretty tough year for me, right? The kids, you know, they're small. Our kids are small until they're not, right? You wake up one day and you're like, "Wait a second, where'd my little girl go?" You know, you put her to bed reading bedtime stories and saying goodnight, and then you wake up the next day and it's 11:30 and they're clumping down the stairs with a scowl on their face, giving you the side eye because you woke them up too early, right? It's like, where did that little kid go? And the past several months, I've been thinking a lot about kind of what's happening this year. You know, she's graduating high school. She's planning to kind of, you know, move on, go to college, and just all these different things. And it's been a struggle. I've choked up several times, kind of thinking about that. And I thought, you know, what better way to kind of just to remember that this time by, you know, writing a song. So I've written a song for her, and we're gonna play it. And I thought this would be a good time to play it for her for the first time and for all of you. So it's sort of untitled right now, but we're gonna give it a whirl. Is that coming through? All right. And Miss Rebecca's gracious enough to accompany me on this. Wait a minute, don't get up. I knew this day would come. Reality set in. I don't think I can stand, and I can't breathe. Yeah. The sound of your first breath, how they laid you on your mother's chest. Stood in disbelief as they handed you to me. I never knew that I could love so much. And here you are grown and headed for the wide, wide world alone. Say it ain't so, oh no, 'cause I will miss you when you're gone. How did the time go? I needed to slow down, let me hold on just a minute more. At least you should know that I want you to go. But I hope you'll find your way, you'll find your way home. You may be growing up. You can outgrow love. We can help when seasons change. Whether you'll wake up to rain. But don't mistake my tears for agony or fear. I cry because I am so proud of you. And here you are grown and headed for the wide, wide world alone. Say it ain't so, oh no, 'cause I will miss you when you're gone. Where did the time go? I needed to slow down, let me hold on just a minute more. At least you should know that I want you to go. But I hope you'll find your way, you'll find your way home. You may be growing up. You can outgrow love. Remember to talk to Jesus, love your neighbor and make your bed. There'll be many miles between us. If you need me, I'll be there. Yeah, you are grown and headed for the wide, wide world alone. Say it ain't so, oh no, 'cause I will miss you when you're gone. Where did the time go? I wish you would slow down, let me hold on just a minute more. At least you should know that I want you to go. But I hope you'll find your way home. You may be growing up. You can outgrow love. You may be growing up. You can outgrow love. She told me she wanted me to sit down. Check, check, okay. Another turning point, the forks stuck in the road. Time grabs you by the wrist, directs you where to go. So make the best of this test and don't ask why. It's It's not a question, but a lesson learned in time. It's something unpredictable, but in the end it's right. I hope you had the time of your life. So take the photographs and still frames in your mind. Hang them on a shelf in good health and good time. Tattoo some memories of dead skin on trial. For what it's worth, it will worth all the while. It's something unpredictable, but in the end it's right. I hope you had the time of your life. It's something unpredictable. In the end, it's right. I hope you had the time of your life. It's something unpredictable. In the end, it's right. I hope you had the time of your life. So that concludes our wonderful program. Thank you guys so much. There's some food in the fellowship hall, and I'm not really sure the fastest way to get here. I know there's like this creepy hall that we can walk down as well.